Hello there and welcome to another photo adventure. Today I had a little drive out this afternoon and I came across this field that I'm entering now, and I've just come out now to check it if it's going to be any good for sunsets. Just turn around and show you. Beautiful red, sea of red. Join me shortly and I'll show you how I photograph poppies. Looks beautiful. Hello again and thanks for joining us. I hope you're all well. I've come out today, as I say, I'm driving past here this morning and I just happened to see a beautiful field. I'm going to point them this way so we're not into the sun and you'll see them better. The sky is looking okay at the moment, but it does look like there's a bank of cloud on the horizon. Every time I come out for a sunset, I get that bank of cloud on the horizon. From where we are now, we are facing straight into the sun. So, luckily, we have a couple of trees right in front of us in the distance. And once the sun drops down below there, I'm hoping to get nice sunburst off it, and it will obscure the oil lights to stop the oil lights from blowing. It may not happen today. I have literally come out just to check it out and do a little recce and get ready for, it's going to be probably later in the week, well early this week or maybe the week after, as I'm in Scotland next weekend. I'll probably come back by the time you see this video, but yeah, the next few days I'm hoping to try and catch a sunset here, or early week when I come back after Scotland. And I may have a couple of surprises. My friend Helen with the harps, she loves poppies and I photographed her the last couple of years in the poppies. She loves it, absolutely loves it. There are a lot of poppies here that haven't opened out yet, and the way I normally shoot these is I'll get a couple intimate little scenes, just a little clump of poppies or a couple of singles. I do like to shoot upwards and get the poppies against a bright blue sky. It looks fantastic, that does. Loads of little things you can do. Get a couple of clumps, you can look right the way down on them. Even the poppy heads that haven't opened up yet look fantastic just on their own. If you can catch a nice little bunch of those, they do look good, they do look good. But for me, I do love to try and shoot sunsets, and unfortunately, the last few years I've been struggling to get a sunset. There is always a bank of cloud on the horizon, and it does look like it's going to go again now. Hopefully, the sun towards the north or maybe towards the south will just light up just a little bit of colour, and I can just try and boost that a little bit in Photoshop. So we should be okay. I'll just turn around. I don't know if the GoPro is going to pick it up now. There's a little bank of cloud in front of the sun now. There's some beautiful orange in the cloud formations there. So I am actually going to take a shot here. That does look pretty good. I'm going to bracket. My settings are f11, ISO 100. I've just set up auto exposure bracketing. So I'm shooting one shot at +2, stops overexposed, a shot at 0, and another shot at -2 compensation, underexposed, 2 stops. Just have a quick little look. I think I'm going to go a little bit darker than that actually, so just gonna, let me just show you the back of the camera the way I set up auto exposure bracketing. So the way I set the back of the camera up is, you can see the 3 bracketed shots. Normally you would shoot there, 2 stops either side of 0, but you can move the whole lot along, and I was just round about there, but because the highlights are still blown a bit, I'm now going to move it all the way along. So my darkest one is at 3 stops underexposed, then 1 stop underexposed and 1 stop overexposed, and that should be what the sky looks like on the 3rd shot. Let me just get the 3 images up, try and show you. There's the overexposed 1 stop, there's -1 stop, and that beautiful sky there, -3 stops. And I'll just blend these 3 together in Photoshop. Probably just do it as an HDR in Photoshop or maybe Lightroom. Dead easy to do. The way I do it, just Control A if you want shortcuts, Control A to select all 3 images, Alt or Options if you're on a Mac, M to merge them, and they'll merge together as an HDR image. So as you can see from the back of the camera, just even at -3 stops compensation underexposed, the sky looks absolutely perfect. And even if you blend them together in Photoshop or whatever software you use, because you've got a 1 stop overexposed, you will have full detail in the shadows and everything, so you haven't got to worry too much about everything else being black and dark, because as an HDR it won't be, but you will have a perfect sky with no blown out highlights. It does look beautiful. I think I'm going to take a few shots. I might move around a bit. I'll take a few shots just as the sun's moving down a bit. Again, I'll just show you the sunset now. There is some beautiful soft orange in the clouds. It does look really nice. So I am early. I think it's about 8:45, 10 to 9, and sunset is supposed to be 9:30. So I have got time for this little bit of cloud just to move and maybe just light it up. All I need is a little break for 10 seconds, 20 seconds to light the sky up, and I will get my shot. So don't give up if it looks a bit grim. Just hang out right until the last minute. So I'm going to hang on a bit now, and this shot I've just took I'll put on right now for you. So just move around just a little tiny bit, and I've just found beautiful little daisies. They have closed up, and I'll try and get these in the foreground. I'm not going to focus stack this because I've got other days I can come here and do it. This is, like I said, it is just a recce, just to see where we am in relation to the sunset and everything else. It looks pretty perfect, to be honest, this does, as a location. But I will just show you the back of the camera and show you the composition that I've got. So I'm now loving the little white daisies in the foreground. As you can see, the poppies are moving about a bit. This is one reason why I don't want to focus stack, because there is too much movement, and even stacking I probably am going to be blurred. So I'm literally going to focus just a third into the scene, and I'm shooting at f16. I've opened the aperture f16. I'll just get the settings up. ISO 100, f16. 0.7 of a stop underexposed, just for the sky. I can bring the detail back out in the poppies in Photoshop. That's giving me a 1/5 of a second. And at f16, the field of focus should be pretty good, coming from the top line of the red there down to the poppies, so we should have a good plane of focus. And although the right in the very foreground may be a little bit soft, as will the trees in the distance, the image itself will be acceptably sharp. And again, I will put this on right now for you. So just look behind me now to the east, and we have an enormous black cloud coming, and it is now raining. So my hopes of this sunset may be short-lived. I'll just turn around and show you now. We have got some beautiful oranges coming into the sky, so I'm just going to try and take a few shots now. I don't know if you can see it on the GoPro, but right just above the horizon there's a little orange blob. That is just a tiny little break in the cloud where the sun is now. Yeah, I am going to try some vertical shots as well now, just to get a bit more sky in the shot with the poppies, and I'll put these on at the end of the video. I think I'm going to have to rush a bit now because it does look like there is rain coming out of the clouds up here, so I've probably only got a few minutes now before it starts to pour down. So catch you in a moment. So as you can see, my luck with sunsets, or my bad luck with sunsets, is continuing. I'll just turn around. There is a tiny little bit of orange in the sky, but as you can see there's a big bank of clouds come up on the horizon, and every time I come out for sunsets I get this bank of cloud that just comes up from the horizon, and it just wrecks it for me. As I say, I've had no luck with sunsets for about, got to be 2 years. It's got to be a good 2 years. I'll have a little walk to the edge of the field now, and I'm going to try and walk down a few lines where the tractors have been. There is a crop in the field, looks like linseed, so I am very mindful about not damaging the crop, so I am going to stick to tractor tracks and do no damage. I'm a big believer in not damaging crops or anything. When I do bluebells, I don't want to damage them. The same with poppies. I will not walk through the poppies. There are plenty of opportunities to be had. Still being careful and mindful of your environment. There is no need to go barging through someone's crop just for a photograph when you can get a shot just as easily anyway. So I'm going to try and find up, or try and line up a shot now with a line running through the image. So join me in a minute and we'll have a go. The sky's gone grey now and dark. It is still trying to rain, so I am going to be quick. This will probably be my last shot anyway, so join me shortly and I'll talk you through the shot. Well, that's definitely for tonight now. It's raining quite heavy, so I'm just going to run underneath this tree just up here, get a bit of shelter. I'm going to finish the video now because it is going dark anyway, and the rain is getting quite heavy. There you go, a bit of shelter now on this tree. I don't want to get too far under because it's going to be too dark. But I will leave you with that view. There are links below in the description to all the gear that I use. Oh, look at the pheasants going. Crazy. Really vocal. Yeah, there are links below to all the gear that I use. If you've got a comment on poppies, or if you've got a favourite image, drop me a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what I've took tonight in my compositions and what your thoughts are with poppies, and especially with destroying crops. Please don't say you destroy crops just for the sake of a photograph. It's just not right. You should respect the countryside and the nature that you're in, and remember that somebody has got a crop here, so it is their livelihood, as we all have one. So yeah, I want to thank everybody for liking and subscribing. Don't forget to like and subscribe and tickle my little bell. That way you'll get notified when I put more videos on. As I say, I'm going to the Island Mall. I'll probably be back by the time you see this. This will probably be the Friday's video when I get back from Mull on the, I think it's a Wednesday I get back. So a couple of videos after you see this one will be some beautiful photos on the Isle of Mull. I'm hoping to see the otters. So if you like wildlife, I do know where the nests are for the golden eagles and the white-tailed sea eagles up there, because I go up there quite a lot shooting them. I haven't got that long up there, it's just really sort of 4 or 5 days. So I will be doing landscape and some wildlife if I can see the wildlife. Again, you have to remember with wildlife, you don't always see it. You can spend days and days and days and not see a thing. And then the day you pack up and leave, there'll be hundreds of posts on Facebook, on everywhere, Instagram, of exactly what you've been after. It's just the way it goes. So anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Last little look at the poppies. I'll put the photographs on now, and until next time, take it easy.